Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be making this little animation that looks like a multiverse or whatever. Uh, it's a really simple setup as you can see in the code. This is actually an extra line. And we have two parameters to play with for the thickness of the line. Ah, shit. Sorry for my language. And we also have the offset as well that we are going to animate later. So I'm gonna go to, this was the previous one. I was playing with the shape. Uh, I'm gonna drop down the geometry node so we can start from scratch. Uh, I have it. I'm gonna use a curve. I like to have my background as dark, but later I have to change it. And we're gonna need the grid. I'm going to the front view. And I'm gonna draw a shape like so. You can have your own touch. By the way, you don't have to make it smooth. Yeah, you can draw something like this and it's gonna fix it for you later. Uh, the way I'm gonna do this is, sorry, I'm gonna just grab all the points. Oh no, please don't crash. Come on, I didn't do anything crazy. Okay, I'm back. My Houdini almost crashed. Uh, so we are gonna drop a resample node. And we are gonna set this to a very high number. It's gonna make sense in a bit. Something like this, very jaggy. Then we are gonna use a convert node, and we're gonna convert this to uh, Nobis curve, so we have a smooth surface, and then another resample. And in this resample, we are gonna need a lot of points. That looks fine. Just for the performance, I'm gonna have it a little higher, but when you're doing it on your end, just have this to lower, so your lines are gonna be very smooth. For color diffuse, um, and I'm gonna need a curve view, and we are gonna apply a sine function to this later in attribute triangle. Uh, Now we are gonna revolve this, and we have this shape. Maybe I should have this extended a little more. Yeah, awesome. Then I had an attribute delete to delete the UVs. The points are getting annoying. We don't need the grid as well. This is my shape. We're gonna have the revolve to be a little smoother. And now an attribute triangle. I've been learning Vex through Joy of Vex, which is an article online. So I know some of my variables don't make much sense, but uh, they use D a lot, so I'm using D again. This example is not in the article, as far as I know. I just saw this on Pinterest. Wait, it seems like my Pinterest is not responding. I swear my PC is doing fine, but sometimes when I'm recording, it's getting very slow. So yeah, this is the animation. I'm trying to recreate that. So we're gonna have a variable of d. That's just a name. You can have actually name, and we're gonna have we're gonna measure the length of it based on the curve u we created earlier in the resample node up here. So the curve view is basically making a value from 0 to 1, so it's running all the way. it doesn't use projection or anything like that, and that's why it works great for this example. Then we're gonna have the name multiplied by a channel that's called multi, sorry, and then we are gonna have an offset as well. So we are gonna use this offset later uh, to make the animation, because it's gonna be static without this offset. And then we are gonna have add cd equals sine of curve view. Oh, actually, the curve view is the name. Okay, so let's see what we have. It almost looks like it disappeared, but that's just because of my background. If we play with these, we are gonna see the lines. This usually works around 50, and this is our offset. I'm gonna get rid of the wireframe so it looks a little smoother, and then in revolve we're just gonna go for a higher number, because I was seeing some jaggy lines over here. This looks fine for now, but some of the values are going below 0, so they go below 0 as well. So I'm gonna have add CD clamp to 0 and 1. Awesome. That is great. Now it's just a matter of having this offset at 0, and then later in the animation have this around like 40, and if you play it, great. You can change the shape however you like it. I have this example, I like it a little more. I have this neck part a little narrow, and then the top part is wider, but it could be the same for this one as well. You can always go back to the curve and adjust it, and that's the amazing part about Houdini. It's just gonna adjust it itself. It's so so cool how procedural Houdini is. So I can have that extended all the way up there, and this one, and maybe I can have this somewhere around there. Awesome. Maybe that was a little too much. Sorry, I'm not gonna waste too much time on this. But yeah, you can go back to the wrangle and have this multiplication to a higher number if you want the lines to be thinner. And if you play the animation, it's gonna look like this. And for the example in the beginning, it's this one. I think I have an extra parameter which is not very important. It's just gonna have the colors pop out more, but you actually don't need it. It's just fine without it. That's about it. Thank you very much for watching. I'm learning Vex. It's really cool. It's awesome. I love coding. And if I figure out anything else, I'll be sharing those. Thank you for watching. Take care.